Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Kay, and today we are going to do a reset of the entire house because it's not messy per se, but it's just a little bit, well, we're still recovering from the weekend and it's Tuesday, so don't think that you just need to do your reset on Monday or Sunday. You can do it any day of the week, and today is Tuesday, so there's a couple things happening today. We're getting our Home Chef box, so I need to take care of that. I'm rearranging the kitchen a little bit. I need to do the laundry. I need to clean up a little bit, but the first thing I need to do is actually do a plan for a client that is really pressing, so I'm gonna do that first, and then I'm gonna start with the cleaning. If you're looking for some motivation to get things done, this is the video for you. Just put it on in the background, get up and do the things you were meaning to do and didn't get around to, and we'll do it together. We'll be besties. All right, my iPad is out. I'm ready to do a little drawing and sketching, and I will get this done and off to an alpha designer very soon.
Sometimes it's really hard to get motivated, and this week I was struggling a little bit, so the first thing I did was not wait for motivation. You'll never get motivation, so just go ahead and start something, unlike this boy.
Okay, I finished doing that plan for my client, just waiting for other people to respond, and I completed something having to do with it was just like some legal stuff, and I was like kind of emotional, but we're done, and now I can move on with my day. So the first thing I want to do is clean up my kitchen a little bit. It's not that bad, but it still is, it's bad to me. So before I do that, I think I'm gonna get the linens into the washer and dryer, because that needs to be done first, and I'm gonna clean the bathrooms to make sure they're nice and sparkling for the week. So let's do that first. I got this super adorable case for my AirPods, and I think it's so cute. Like, look, my AirPods are in there, and you can see it's got a little hole where the light should be so you don't ever miss, and you can charge them like that. It says it's MagSafe charging, but it doesn't do that, but that's okay. Look, I mean, look, it's Pusheen and Hello Kitty. Doesn't that make you happy? So now my husband and I will never confuse whose AirPods are whose. So I'm gonna put on an audiobook and we're gonna get started on the chores.
While Clover snoozed and dreamt away, I was going to get the house clean, and it's never too late to reset. Oh, I was listening to the YouTube Formula by Daryl Eves, and I was really enjoying it. So I grabbed my comfy slippers because I have flat feet and cannot walk around with bare feet and be comfortable. So slippers with supportive soles it is. The first thing I always do is strip the bed of dirty linens and take them to the wash. We only really have one set of linens that we use, and I just wash them and put them back on the bed when I'm done. I think I have one flat sheet that's extra, but it hardly ever gets used. I just find that keeping things simple is usually the best solution for us. So the other thing I did was put my clothes away that had come out of the wash and I hadn't put them away. I think they'd only been there for a day, but even then it just made me feel really nervous that my clothes had been there for a while. And my husband drops his socks in the living room every day, but you know what? I just pick them up. I don't really complain too much about it. I just pick them up and I suffer. I 100% also do things that are annoying to him, but you know, you really got to choose your battles when you're living with someone else. If something bothers you, you know what? Sometimes you just got to take charge. There's room for, talking it out, and we've had conversations about leaving what I like to refer to as communal spaces a little bit messy, but for the most part, if something's bothering me, I just kind of tidy it up and move on with my day, and that keeps everything pretty peaceful. I also like to straighten my own office before I start working in there so that I'm not distracted by the mess. I really have to figure out a situation for that couch. The color is so bad on it, but I don't know. Anyway, the kitchen it's been worse. It has been worse, but it was particularly messy, well, for me. So I just wanted to get it tidied up and, start fresh for a whole new week, even though it was Tuesday. Don't let the day of the week stop you from doing your weekly reset. If it's Wednesday, you know what? It's not too late. The week's not over. And you know what? You can start again next Wednesday. If it's Thursday, it's still not too late. Go ahead and do your weekly reset. It's like pressing the start over button, or I guess the reset button on your home. It makes you feel good. And no matter what day of the week it is, normally I like to do my reset on Sunday or, Monday morning, but you know what? Whatever day of the week it is, it's never too late. Go ahead and tidy up and, make good on your promise to be good to you and your home.
All right, much cleaner. Everything is put away. I do have some dishes in the sink, but I will attend to those later. I'm going to find a home for my new caraway pots and pans. They are so beautiful. Like, look at these babies. They're gorgeous. There's a Dutch oven. I've got two saucepans here. Well, a saucepan, a saute pan, and a smaller saucepan. So they should, I don't know if they can live on the counter like that. It's too much for me to look at, even though they're gorgeous. I'm gonna try and find space for them underneath, and I'm going to organize this situation just a little bit. So I think I'm gonna do that first, and then we're gonna find a home for these. When we moved into the home, these pull-out situations were already here, and this one is the most functional, but this one we're not finding as functional. So I'm gonna take one of these out. I don't know which one, so I'm just gonna do a little rearranging and experimenting and see what works. And I have a feeling I'll be removing this one because we never pull it out. So we'll see. I think I'll be removing this one. We'll see what I can work out. But I'm definitely going to organize this over here. It's looking a little messy. I think I can condense it down a little bit and maybe put the books on top here. And then this drawer is a little messy on the inside. This is my dirty little secrets, like it's tea and recipes and stuff. So we're gonna have to deal with that. And yeah, I don't mind. I actually love that this is the storage place for all of these jars. I am very into Weck jars, and these other like these French jars. I'm really into these for because I make a lot of sauces and salsas, and these are just absolutely perfect for whatever. So remember a mustard tahini dressing that was like a couple weeks ago, but and these are this little cute one as well. So this is a cute place to display them, but I think I'm just gonna make it a little more organized. There's coffee down there. This has been the place for the step stool forever, and I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. But yeah, I'm gonna rework this a little bit, and I'll get back to you after it's done.
Open shelving is pretty challenging, I think, to keep looking fabulous because everything inside has to look really neat and tidy. So I decided this was the perfect place, after living here almost a year, to put my collection of food storage containers and jars. I've kind of changed what my preferences are for food storage containers, and I am obsessed with Weck jars, like absolutely obsessed. I will do an entire video on things to do with Weck jars, my favorite Weck jars, but I'm obsessed. Know that I'm obsessed.
All right, it is done for now. I got rid of the container with the books, and I just put the books, and we've got our little produce bowl, the leftover wine in the cutest leftover wine container ever. I think this is the cutest. It's a little whale, and we've been using it for years and love it. Got a little tray there, and this is organized, and it has all of my food storage displayed here, and I think they look really cute. So I think I'm done here. All right, it's super hot today, but Mr. Clover James definitely wants to sit out here for a little bit. But next to him is a coleus that needs watered so bad, so we're gonna water some plants, and that's part of today's job because it's really hot outside. So we're gonna get this watered.
Because it's been so hot outside, I have been not diligent enough with my watering, so things got really dried out. These petunias and other flowers got super dried out during the heat wave, and I was neglecting to water them. So after a few days of me just soaking the pots, they bounced right back. Plants are super resilient, so if you don't feel like you are taking good enough care of your plants, they can take a little bit of stress. I mean, don't intentionally try to kill them, but they'll bounce back. I'm growing a few pepper plants and an eggplant plant out in the garden, and I've got a huge cucumber plant that needed pruning really bad.
Okay, my garden is like a little bit out of control. Like, I didn't mean for there to be so many plants in this container, but it's just the way that it is, and they're here. I'm not gonna move them. So may the odds be ever in your favor for all the plants in here, but there's some basil underneath. I might cut some of these leaves away so that the basil gets more sunlight, but there's definitely some tomatoes coming. We got little maters down here, and we've got some cucumbers ready to get in. I think there's one big boy down here. He's got a little bit of like a root and rot, but I think he's good. There's another one in here too. There's a big one right here. So, all right, I think tomorrow I'm gonna harvest some stuff, but update on the outdoor garden. We got a lot going on. All right, I brought him in. He was out there just sitting in the heat, like getting hot, but enjoying it. But I can't stand it. I'm gonna turn the AC back on. This is, you were sunbathing? You were sunbathing, it was just too hot. Now you're back in here, okay? We're gonna turn on the vacuum, you're gonna love it. All right, so I am parting ways with these food storage solutions. I have someone coming to pick them up in like 25 minutes. I'm part of like an Everything is Free group on Facebook, which I recommend if you wanna donate something but you really want it to get used. These someone else will get used for, because I have other solutions that I like better for everything now. These were great when I had them, but they've got to go because they're just taking up so much space. And my Home Chef box came, so I have to take care of that. No hurry because there's chills in the box. But also someone's coming to pick up these hopefully very soon. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do is start the Roomba because I'm not vacuuming, Rosie is. You go for it, girl.
I get asked about the robot mop all the time, and the robot mop and the vacuum, and if I still like them, and I absolutely do still like them. They work really well together. I also still get Home Chef, just not every week, but maybe 2 out of 4 weeks out of the month, just because it takes a little bit of the pressure off of me. And of course, I have been really loving my cold brew this summer. It gives me that nice pick me up at about 2 o'clock when I'm starting to feel a little bit slow. I decided to remove this pullout instead of the other pullout. I decided this because we were using this pullout just to store lids, and that's it. And it just really wasn't that practical. I don't think that if we had bought the house without this pullout already installed, that we would have purchased this pullout. So I decided to remove it and place my caraway pots and pans there. I have to come to some consensus with myself when I'm organizing that if the solution's already there, would I have purchased it on my own? And the answer was no. So we're still figuring things out with this cabinet. I'm probably going to put a little shelf over the pots and pans so that I have some extra storage. But I had to fill up my little mop container for the robot mop and replace the mop pad. So, because there's, it gets full mostly of dog hair. So every time it mops, I just do a little replacement, and I put the other one in the wash. I probably should pick up some more washable mop pads because it came with disposable mop pads, which I just think is bad for the environment. So I probably should buy another microfiber wash pad for the mop. But by this time, the laundry was done for the bed, and fresh sheets always make me feel so good. It's such a great way to start your week on nice clean sheets. These linen sheets from Brooklinen have been my favorite since I purchased them. They look wrinkly all the time, which linen does, but the great thing about linen is it does not wick. It doesn't wick moisture away from you, but it keeps you nice and cool. I don't know why. Well, I guess I could find out, but it does. It keeps you nice and cool in the summertime. Anyway, I just finished this face cleanser that I was using. I think it's called Pink Cloud, and it came in this beautiful glass bottle with a pump on it. But I was done with all of it, and I just thought, you know what? I'll keep this glass bottle and use it as a propagation glass for my plants, because y'all know I have lots of houseplants, and Goo Gone works so well for everything, but especially labels on glass bottles or glass jars or containers. So if you're going to save a glass container, definitely invest in some Goo Gone. It comes right off, and give it a rinse in the sink, and look at that. It's like it was never labeled in the first place. So bathroom cleaning, again, one of my least favorite things to do. I pretty much wipe everything down, and the bathroom is the place where I use the most paper towels. But now that we live in a place where we can compost, paper towels go right in the compost, and I don't feel so terrible about using more paper towels to clean the bathroom. Just because everything in the bathroom gets disinfected, I don't want to use microfiber cloths in there. I don't know. There's a whole thing. So but I love that Method Spearmint bathroom cleaner. It is so good. It smells amazing, and it's got a little citric acid to disinfect in there. So what I do when I want to disinfect is I go ahead and spray the surface and then leave it there for a few minutes, and that kills a lot of germs. And I was fighting with the mop in order because I was like, I want to vacuum in here before you come in here and mop. So I just made sure I got to vacuum, because there's a lot of like dog hair and dust that's on the bathroom floor that if you start to mop, it gets really disgusting. The mop had found its way in there, and I was like, what do I do? So I just decided to mop in the places where the mop definitely was not going to fit. So that was right around the toilet. And again, the dust can really accumulate here. Behind the toilet and around the toilet are one of the most disgusting places in your home. Not even the toilet itself, just around the toilet. I don't know why that area just is so good at collecting all kinds of nasty grime. I am using the Maker's Mop from Maker's Clean. It is fabulous. I will link it down below. If I don't, please remind me in a comment. Yell at me. Say, I need that Maker's Mop. Anyway, the other thing I do when I start for the week is make sure my kitchen is all stocked. And the only thing that needed to be done was to replace the cumin. My husband and I had miscommunicated, and I had purchased 2 little jars of cumin. We usually just buy like 1 big jar of cumin, but you know, it happens. Anyway, the bathroom was nice and clean. We were ready for the week. I was so thrilled. The other thing I like to do before I start the week, or when I do my weekly reset, is give the sink a really good clean, because the sink, it just gets nasty and grimy, but particularly in the corners and crevices and creases in the sink. I say like the sink has creases. It doesn't. It just has corners, right? But I get in there with my OXO cleaning brush, and you know what? It's very, very satisfying. And then I get in there with my Scrub Daddy, and I scrub it down with my Bon Ami. Oh, she gets really shiny. Now I do have to clean up the Bon Ami residue with like an alcohol cleaner, but it works really well. And look at the coleus, it bounced back after only a few hours. So good.
Okay, it is the next day, and I don't think that I filmed all of my cleaning, but we got everything done, at least on the first floor, and I'm really happy with the way that everything turned out. We have reset for the week, and I feel so good. I also picked 4 cucumbers today, so I'm gonna maybe pickle some and like have some fresh for the salad. So that is that. And Clover's here, we're staying cool. I hope it inspired you to get up and clean your house if you were looking for some motivation, or if you just enjoyed the cleaning. That is also totally okay. Hope you're having a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are. I'll see you next one.